Hello everybody out there, welcome back to another episode of the weekly comic book haul. Guys, we got lots of books this week, lots of news, and lots of stuff. First of all, this past Wednesday was Batman Day. And with Batman Day also came the official day where we are celebrating Batman's 75th anniversary, even though I'm pretty sure, other than at San Diego where they have all the Batman suits there, we are still going to be seeing a lot of Batman stuff at New York Comic Con. However, Batman Day is 75th anniversary. So, as you guys can see, we got tons of stuff from Batman Day through Midtown Comics. It came with the comic books. Mike and I, we missed out on the Superman cape because you had to go to the Superman panel at New York Comic Con. One day I will get my hands on a Superman 75th anniversary cape. But for right now, the Batman 75th anniversary cape came out. Has the frills and everything. No cowl, however. It's just a straight up cape. Something nice for display purposes. We will probably display this somewhere. Maybe I'll have it here in the background for a little bit of time. And then, who knows, maybe in the comic reviews it'll be in the background. And then afterwards we'll have it safely put away somewhere. Also, 99 cents, of course, the paper mask from the very beginning of Batman all the way through till the New 52 Batman. And these also will be on display up here for at least until December, when we start putting up the Christmas stuff, because then the lights go up there and everything like that. So the lights will the masks will stay there for a while, so you'll see them in the background from time to time. Also, I will show one book which you can get free at your local comic shop, and that is Detective Comics, Batman Detective Comics, issue number 27. It is the beginning of Batman. It's a bunch of other Batman stuff in here. Really great artwork. Really great stuff in general. So you can check this out and pick it up at your local comic shop. It's part of Batman Day. It's part of the Batman 75th anniversary celebration. So check it out, because they sure as hell are doing a way better job than what they did with Superman's 75th anniversary. And if they do the same thing with Wonder Woman when she turns 75 next year, then I'm going to be really pissed. Because then it's specifically they shit jobbed Superman, and that's bullshit. Anyway, news-wise this week, there's a few other extras, but we'll get to that in a minute. News-wise this week, San Diego Comic Con. Huge event, a huge event. We all at Comic Frontline and Comic Related have been working round the clock since Wednesday. Now the weekend is going to bring a whole lot more news. A ton more news than what we've been getting from Wednesday to Friday. So, a little warning in advance, guys. Maybe the indie review will have for you guys tomorrow night, but the Big 2 review might be just one day late due to the fact that we're going to be doing San Diego Comic Con news all the way until Sunday night. So I'm going to try to read books in between, depending on how much news comes out and how much stuff I'm doing. It really just all depends. Mike read his books already. I still got to read a whole bunch of mine, but I did read a few already, so all depends on time. So hopefully we will, but expect, if anything, the Big 2 reviews to be a little late, a day or two late, because of San Diego. We're going to be working around the clock with that. But there's a lot of awesome news that came out of San Diego and pre-San Diego Comic-Con the night before already. So lots and lots of awesome news. It's a Podcast will return this Thursday or later on this week. So look forward to that as well. Now onto the comic books. Another freebie you can get this week is a Vertigo 2014 free preview. I believe this is for the fall, because I could have sworn we got one of these before, but it's a freebie. It's a freebie. I was going to call it a freeble. It's a freebie preview book. And that's all the free stuff. Now the rest we all paid for. So, the books. Nice pile this week. Daredevil, issue number 6. Original Sin tie-in. Batman, issue 33. I got the 75th anniversary cover. Batman Eternal, issue number 16. Final part to Justice Lords in Batman Beyond Universe, issue number 12. Batman and Robin, issue number 33. After Robin Rises Omega, I'm looking forward to what happens next. Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 4. I did sift through this, and, well, can't wait to talk about that on my review. Future's End, issue number 12. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 2, and this is now the second time I'm not a fan of the internal artwork for a Turtle book. Not good. Wonderland, issue number 25, with a ginormous $5.99 price tag. Hopefully $5.99 does not become a trend with comic companies, but then again, it is the 25th annual issue, so it's not that big a deal. Because then we go to Hellsing, issue number 404, and it's back to the normal price of $3.99. Flash, issue number 33, really liking that. Superman issue 33, I also got the Batman 75th anniversary cover because it has the classic Superman on it. So, enough said. Godstorm Hercules Pain, issue 4 of 5. I cannot wait for the final issue of this series. It is going strong. It is going really, really awesome. You guys should definitely check that out. Red Lanterns, issue number 33. The fight between Guy Gardner and Atrocitus is definitely going to be heating up in the coming issues. Michael's got Pandora, issue number 13, which will soon be the Trinity of Sin. We have Jonah Hex, issue number 33. Oop, went too far there. He-Man and the Master of the Universe, issue 15, has a really, really nice cover this month, with literally going through the ages of Hercules. Oh, Hercules. Very good. Hercules movie just came out, everybody. He-Man. Justice League Dark, issue 33. I also got Michael the Batman 75th anniversary cover because I figured he'd like it. It has Deadman on it and it has Batman, so.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Now, don't forget this time. Thor and Loki, the 10th Realm, Original Sin.
I've already read it.
5.2, issue number 2.
So give it to me this time. Thank you.
All New Invaders, issue number 8. I wish Mike would be done with this book already, but anyway,
the next one is
issue number 32.
The next one's to be concluded.
Sweet.
So that'll be the end.
And then Michael's 2 indie books, Tomb Raiders issue number 6.
Yay.
And I don't know why he's still reading this, but Dead Boy Detectives issue number 7.
Yeah, I was actually wondering why it took so long for another issue.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw it actually last week and I grabbed it.
But I like it. It's pretty cool. Well, let's hope it stays that way. You know.
And then before we get into the comics, one thing I got extra, actually I got it today. Usually on my break at work I end up going around places and we have a Walgreens near where I work. And you guys know, every time I go into Walgreens, sometimes I find something I like. This week they got a random pop vinyl series, like several different pop vinyls, but one of them was Groot. So I grabbed it. Out of the entire Guardians of the Galaxy set, I really want to get a Rocket Raccoon, and I really want to get a Star-Lord without his mask on. So, and I wanted Groot. So I saw Groot, they had Groot, they got a couple of How to Train Your Dragons, and they had a couple of Optimus Primes and Walking Dead pop vinyl figures. They got a random assortment of pop vinyl figures, but when I saw Groot, I jumped at him, and the paint looks really, really well on Groot. My one complaint with the Marvel pop vinyl figures is Marvel, of course, has to be different. Unlike every single pop vinyl except for Star Wars also, which is now owned by Marvel too, their pop vinyl figures are bobbleheads. I don't like that. A, because you can't turn the heads, because if you do it's a pain in the ass because of the spring. And B, the spring itself. If the head is even a little bit tilted, it looks retarded. I wish Marvel would give us the chance or the ability to have non and regular bobbleheads. I would rather have like the DC and the Turtles and everything else where it's a standard figure. I'm not a fan of the bobblehead pop vinyl from Marvel. So hopefully in the future, at some point Marvel will stop with the bobblehead, but I doubt it because it's now become a trend. But the figure looks really nice. And by the way, guys, we are planning a Funko series. We had to change the title due to the fact that somebody had jumped on the title, which I was stupid and mentioned on Frontline when we started Comic Frontline, and somebody else took that title, probably either coincidentally or through hearing it through other people. So we actually are changing the title, and we will be doing a lot of Funko spotlights very soon, just like we did with the Skylanders and Disney Infinity. Sydney's become a huge fan of the Funko Pop vinyl figures. I'm a fan of the Funko Pop vinyl figures, and there's a lot of other figures. You can look forward to seeing a lot more Pop vinyl in the halls in weeks later on down the road. At the end of August, there is a massive new wave of Funko figures, from Dragon Ball Z to Disney to a couple of random ones. But I will be getting the 2 Dragon Ball Z ones, that's for sure. And I'm sure everybody who knows me knows exactly which ones I'm going to get. But anyway, let's get into the comics this week. Going all the way back to last week's haul first. Nick, another great indie... Wait. Oopsie. I clicked the wrong one, so I'm going to fix it. And here I am. Okay. Nick, another great haul. Chris, first, what is your view on the return of the original Spawn, Al Simmons? I am very happy. And for that issue and that issue alone, I might actually get a physical copy. The one thing I do like about all the Spawn issues, even currently, are the covers are amazing. The problem is I'm not a fan of Jim Downing, so obviously I'm not buying the Spawn books. It's not worth the $3.99 price tag just for, or $2.99, whatever it is. It's not worth the price tag just for a cover when I'm not a fan of not only the story but the internal artwork. The entire team is supposedly changing at issue 250. I actually reported this on Comic Frontline, and I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I only read up to issue 100 of Spawn, so after that, Al Simmons still had a huge run for another 85 issues, which I did not read. So, at the same time, I don't know. We'll see. I will be getting issue 250. Second, did you hear that the Throne of Atlantis crossover is being made into a cartoon movie? Won't be getting that. Third, from Mike, would you consider Avengers World like an anthology book?
The way it's going, in some essences, yeah, I would agree. It is more like that.
Fourth, what is your view on the recent covers for Batman Eternal that came out this month? Well, I'll tell you the truth, Nick. I have no problem with the Batman Eternal covers. Last week's was a little creepy, but this week's one I actually really do like. I like the Batman in front of Arkham Asylum. But again, right now the story is not too interesting because we're back at Arkham Asylum with Batwing and the Joker's daughter. Joker's daughter. Enough said. Then we got Red Warren. The books this week are expensive. Damn, are you guys still going to pick up Supergirl? I might for a little while to see where it's going. I guess I'll just have to wait and see with Supergirl. I might start picking it up again because the Red Daughter of Krypton is finally over. Yeah, it was a glorified Red Lanterns connecting book. Honestly, it was... Now we're in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle recap. First is the TMNT... this is Nick. TMNT Ghostbusters crossover limited series going to be part of this recap when it comes back. Nick, I don't know if the recaps are all coming back, but I will be getting the book, and it will be in the indie review. Second is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series currently shows spotlight issues to take time for the next big arc to come out. No, I think that all of this is playing into where the Turtles are going from where they're at right now. It's leading into the next big thing, maybe. I might agree with you there. Zenoscope recap. Nick, another great Zenoscope recap, guys. First, do you guys think that Zenoscope, a crossover between the Charmed universe and the Grim Fairy Tales universe? We already asked Patrick Shand if they were planning anything like that, if Grimm was going to be in the Grim Fairy Tale, if Charm will be in the Grim Fairy Tale universe. It's its own entity, so it's not going to happen, at least not for a while. Second, has Zenoscope thought of doing a King Arthur series set in the Grim Fairy Tales universe? I have no clue, but I'll tell you what, the next time we have a panel, I will absolutely ask them that. Couple of questions on the Transformers recap from Nick. Oh, this one's for Brent, so one question for me, because Brent is going to answer it probably in the comments. But anyway, for me, another great Transformer recap, guys. First, why is Rodimus Prime dead? We don't know yet. Predictions, something bad is going to happen in the future. Second, what is your view on Shockwave versus Grimlock feud? I have no opinion because I had no idea really about it. Third, why did IDW make Galvatron and Megatron two separate people? Because apparently they were two separate people, or they are considered two separate people. Fourth, ever noticed that even though Soundwave's appearance changes a lot, but his function has not changed in years. That I noticed. Yes, I did notice that, Nick. Now we're in the full-fledged indie review where there are all the books back in the indie review. And Nick, first, what is your view on Image Comics series Youngblood? Did we read Youngblood?
I don't think so.
No opinion. Second, what is your view on the Spirit going to Dynamite Entertainment? I think that's really cool. Third, have you guys ever read any of the issues? Read any issues of Dark Horse Presents? Yes, I did. When Aliens actually was a part of it, I read it, and also I read it when Blackout was a part of it. So yes, I did read a couple of Dark Horse Presents. I just didn't read it through and through. Fourth, when Savage Dragon reaches issue 200, do you guys think the original Savage Dragon will come back in that issue?
Probably. I
hope
read
so.
that.
We are now in, I believe this is DC Comics. Yes. Nick, another great comment for you guys. First, do you think that the Teen Titans #1 is better than the last #1 for Teen Titans that was released for the New 52? I think it was an okay issue. To compare that to the beginning of the Teen Titans, I honestly want the old Teen Titans back. Let's leave it at that. Second, do you think that the Smallville Season 11 episode or the next one after that will get appearances by Ray Palmer, the Atom Flash, Firestorm, and the Barry Allen Flash? I don't think so. Nick, you're confused. Smallville had its own thing. Just now with the Green Arrow series is DC deciding to make its own universe finally. So if anything, we might see a new Superman in the Green Arrow universe. Third, will Hal Jordan find out about the events of Forever Evil? Of course he will eventually. Fourth, do you think it is odd that Keystone City appears in Flash and Jay Garrick's Flash has not met Barry Allen yet? Well, Jay Garrick is on Earth 2 while Barry Allen is on Earth 1. So, no. But if you mean in the Smallville world, there is no Barry. If you're talking about Smallville or the TV series, we're just getting Flash now on TV this year. So, we'll see what happens, Nick. And I think that's it for DC. Let me just check. Nope, Red Warren. Your video is early. Nice. I can finally enjoy your videos more because it's not uploaded at the end of the week. Yeah, I'm slowly getting back into my scheduling, and now with San Diego, everything's going to go back to whack. But Red, I will have things back on track starting next week for sure. Marvel. Nick, first, have you noticed that whenever Cyclops changes his outfit, it almost always has the same colors, blue and gold? Yes. Second, do you guys think as of the most recent issue that Brian Michael Bendis has a better voice for the X-Men than Kieran Gillen? I think Kieran Gillen, anybody has a better voice than Kieran Gillen. He's the reason why I won't be picking up Angela when it comes out. Well, then again, we never actually asked for an Angela series. It was announced today at San Diego, so. Anyway, third, for Mike, did you know that in the 80s, the 1980s, the Red Skull was once buried alive by Magneto in an issue of Captain America?
No, but I would certainly know what comic book that was in.
It's going to be a big plot point in Axis, he said.
Oh, that's... wow. I did not know that.
So I'm guessing Mike's getting Axis. Actually, Mike has to get Axis because it connects to Magneto.
Okay, that's fine.
Fourth, no, that's the next event.
I know.
Fourth, are you guys going to miss Wolverine when he dies? He'll be back.
He'll be back,
soon,
yeah, definitely.
Red Warren, we have two from Red Warren. I agree with Michael that Hulk versus Iron Man should be called Stark versus Banner.
Thank you.
Magneto #7 was amazing. I messed with... Magneto is like a strict father. You mess with the mutants, you mess with him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you, as a mutant, hurt other mutants, he'll kill you. LOL.
Yeah, that's true.
Then, also, what the hell is the old Nick Fury going to do when he battles the whole freaking Avengers? It's like every Marvel hero versus one old man. So dumb. I agree, but at the same time, you don't know how wiry that old man or what kind of skills that old man has. So, Red, don't be too surprised. We still have 2 issues to go with Original Sin before we get into Axis. So, you never know. I'll just say it like that. You never know. And we actually have 2 weeks to wait this time because there's a 5th week this month, so we won't be reading Original Sin for at least 2 weeks. We're not getting it this week. We're not going to get it next week, so the following week we'll jump back in for the last 2 weeks worth of Original Sin. So looking forward to that. And with that, that's it for this haul, guys. Feel free to leave comments below, and I will answer your guys' comments next Friday on the weekly comic book haul. Let me know what you guys like, dislike, any recommendations you guys have. Also, don't forget to check out Comic Related, Comic Frontline, and Zone4Podcast.com, especially this week's, guys, because we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. And we are your #1 source for all San Diego Comic-Con coverage, whether it be comics, TV, toys, cartoons, movies, you name it, and Comic Frontline and or Comic Related will be on it. Updating every 15 minutes on Comic Related, and updating every hour on the hour, every minute on the minute on Comic Frontline. You never know when there's going to be something new. Basically, we are giving you the San Diego Comic-Con experience from the comforts of your own home if you couldn't make it, and we're giving you all the news up to date at the moment it's coming out. If not sooner. We hope. So, check it out. Keep an eye out all this weekend. There's going to be huge news that comes out of San Diego, and we will all be talking about it next Tuesday on the Comic Frontline live show, which is going to be a Q&A, by the way, also. So until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys on the next video.